Hello and welcome to the lighting session. Today we're going to be talking about a subject in my book, The Pressure Cooker, titled You and the Other Woman at Work. Now I think this is important because there are lots and tons of stereotypes about women not getting along, women being catty to each other. And I thought today I'll share a few tips about how you can support the other woman at work. I think this is important because oftentimes there's very subtle sexism already going on against the woman, and I don't know that, as a fellow female, you should be adding to it. So we're going to be talking about three things or three ways in which you can support the other woman at work. First, I think that you can take a conscious decision not to be the stereotypical female, that they speak about, that doesn't get along with the other female. I often give, great examples of great relationships who are not just friends, but also have worked together. And I don't think it gets any closer than Oprah and Gil, who we have seen have a fantastic working relationship off and on set. And I think that if you do, first of all, take a deliberate step to say, I will not be, that woman who is publicly calling out another woman, who is reinforcing, the stereotype. I think that you would have scored a big point. So that is number one. So number two, I think that there are many ways, you can reinforce the woman. Research shows that women get man-interrupted in big meetings. And oftentimes when women moot ideas, those ideas are often not heard, sometimes they're missed, or they just get walked over. So I think that some of the things you can do subtly is to say, did you hear Jane's point? Just as Jane was saying, or you reinforce the point that made Jane just shared this idea, which I thought was a great idea, and she talked about cars walking on water. Did anyone miss the comment? I think just reinforcing each other and being, Jane's buddy in the meeting. Obviously, as long as the point she's making is important. I think that is, a good place to support, the female gender. Now, I think that a third thing would be private call-outs. And I know that there's some things that need to be called out, publicly, obviously. But I think that just taking a first step, and being conscious and having the call-out in private to say, hey, what you did was really offline. I thought you should know. And, having those call-out sessions, away from the audience who are already standing on the sideline and waiting to stereotype us and say, oh, catty women, they don't get along. And when they say those things, they say it with a big smirk, on their faces. So I touched on 3 points very quickly. I said first, I think, take a decision not to be the woman who lives up to the stereotype. 2, reinforce. Actually, when someone interrupts, when there's man interruption at a meeting, you should be the one to say, hey, excuse me, can you just please let Topa finish her statement? Or excuse me, can you please just let Jane? Or Jane was talking, can we just hear her out? I think that's a good way to help. Again, the last and the third piece I talked about was having private call-outs. So these are the 3 points I'd leave with you on that. But I also think there are many ways in which you can help and support another female. So, it may be something as little, none of us have eyes on the back, as saying, hey, excuse me. I thought that, your inner sleep was showing. Do you want to go to the bathroom and tidy that up a bit? I think also, when a woman is giving an example or giving presentations, I think just, supporting her with the cues and the nods. Right, correct. Oh, yes. I think that's a good idea. Yes, correct, excellent. And being the one who claps the loudest, when she has finished her sessions, I think that would be, a good way to support. I think that also just being generally kind. I remember a couple of years ago, I was in a bathroom and I mean, typically I would just say, everyone is hurrying. I'll be like, oh, hi, how's it going? And I just said hello to someone and I said, oh, how's it going? And then she burst into a fit of tears. And, you know, she cried so much and, you know, had her shoulders heaving, you know, she was just heaving. And I just thought, oh my goodness. I mean, probably an average woman you meet is going through tons. And I mean, if you are not going to add to building her up, please don't, you know, add to taking her down, or please don't add to taking her out. Now, I think that great female friendships are so possible. I've had and kept the same set of friends for, I think, 20 years of uni. Same circle, same friends. Obviously, I had a lot more and I've had different friends in the phase of my life. But friendship with females is so possible, you know, without all the catty behavior. And please trust me when I say that women supporting women is not really just a hashtag. There are many women who have sponsored women, supported them. I just talked about Oprah and Gail being such a fantastic example of women who, you know, support each other and have been friends over time. So this isn't all of it. There's a lot more that is available in the pressure cooker, that is available on Amazon, at the pressure cooker on Instagram, or you can hit me up in my DM at Olumide-Ojo. Cheers and have a good rest of the week.